The first topic I would like to discuss is the Omicron, a couple of points. Omicron, you know, I am not adding much, but still a couple of things I would like to add here. Omicron, a variant of concern, that is what WHO has declared. Okay, Omicron, a variant of concern. Okay, so this is what is the WHO has declared, and otherwise this variant, one second, this is B.1.1.529, B.1.1.529 variant, which is first discovered in South Africa. Okay, which is first discovered in South Africa, and now WHO has declared it as a variant of concern, otherwise it is also known as Omicron. Okay, this variant is known as Omicron. In India, which was discovered earlier, we have called a Delta variant, now it is a new name has come. So, that is how it has been done. So, if you look at corona, in December 2019, now when you look at that, in December 2019, where it was started a pneumonia type flu outbreak in Wuhan, it started from Wuhan, and cough, loss of taste, smell, all those things started. And the interesting thing about any virus is, any RNA virus, it will mutate over time. Okay. So, there will be lot of mutation of RNA viruses, that is common. Okay. So, mutation of viruses are quite common, that is quite natural, it is going to happen. And WHO, whenever there is a mutation take place, they study that, and normally they classify it into two. Okay. Either a mutant, a variant of concern, okay, a variant of concern or variant of interest. Okay. Please note, WHO normally classify, if it is of some importance, they will call variant of concern and variant of interest. And many earlier variants were there. Now, there are two two nomenclatures which WHO give, is one is variant of concern and another is variant of interest. Okay. Now, what is variant of concern? It has a rise in transmissibility. So, in variant of concern, a rise in transmissibility. Then an increase in fatality, then a significant decrease in effectiveness of vaccine, a significant decrease in the effectiveness of the vaccines, therapy or other health measures, vaccines, therapy or other measures. Okay. So, variant of concern, WHO will declare only when there is a rise in transmissibility, increase in fatality, or a significant decrease in effectiveness of the vaccine, therapy or other measures. Then such variants can be declared as a variant of concern. So, it is in the highest level, that is where in a WHO is concerned, it is a problematic. Now, this Omicron is declared as a variant of concern. That is that. So, it cannot be outright. So, you cannot, I mean, even though you may be seeing in many WhatsApp groups and other ways, they are trying to play it down. Many people are trying to play down. Some people are saying that the government is panicking unnecessarily. No, there are some scientific basis. That is why WHO has finally said this. And if it is a false alarm, we should be happy. We should not be worried. If it is a false alarm, let it be. Then we can be happy that okay, it did not make much problem for us. But we cannot take it lightly. WHO was initially accused of taking things lightly, that is why it could spread the way it has spread. No doubt regarding this. In 2019 December when it came, and in the first couple of months, WHO did not declare it as a pandemic. They were hesitant, maybe because of the Chinese money. But the fact of the matter is, WHO was accused of not taking enough steps, not warning, not giving enough warning to the rest of the world, and that is why it could spread the way it could spread. So, at this time WHO has declared as a variant of concern. So, many are saying it is a false alarm, but the problem is, if it is a false alarm, let us be happy. If it is not having all these problems, we should be happy, but we do not know. Studies are going on, analysis is going on. Maybe in another couple of weeks we may come to know whether it is going to be a real threat or not, but definitely some of the initial studies have pointed out that it can spread very fast. The transmissibility is very fast compared to the previous ones. Whether it is that fatal or not, we do not know. What is its effect, what is the effect of the vaccine on them, we do not know. Studies are still going on. And right now in South Africa, the hospital admissions are comparatively less, or ICU admissions are not there, it seems. That is a welcome sign, but from the initial phase we will not be able to judge anything, and what happened in South Africa cannot be a basis of any conclusion which we can make. So, anyway, so it is a variant of concern. Now, what is variant of interest? VOI. So, the second group, or the second one is called variant of interest. So, having a with capability that affects characteristics of the virus, okay, the genetic capability which affects the characteristics of the virus, of the virus, such as disease severity, immune escape, disease severity, immune escape, transmissibility, and diagnostic escape. Okay. So, a variant of interest, if that variant has the capability or has a genetic capability, okay, if a variant has the genetic capability which affects the characteristics of the virus, such as disease severity, immune escape, transmissibility, and or diagnostic escape. If these characteristics are there in the variant, then we call it as variant of interest. They have some interest, or rather the doctors and the scientists have some interest in that, because this mutation is resulting in some, it can affect the disease severity, or it can escape the immunity, or rather it can be, even if you have immunity, it may be affecting you. diagnostic escape, whatever the present tests are there, it can escape the diagnostics, they may not be able to detect it, and if there is a difference in transmissibility, then such such variants we call as variants of interest. Okay. And WHO, according to them, because any variant of interest, according to WHO, any variant of interest has a consequential volume of community transmission. It affects, or it has a consequence in volume of transmission. Normally variant of interest have some consequence in the volume of transmission, and normally this has some involvement or some effect in the what you call the global transmission and the risk management. It has some impact on the risk management of this. So, variant of interest, so from variant of concern, there is a rise in transmissibility, increase in fatality, or a significant decrease in the effectiveness of the vaccines or the treatment, then it is where. So, this is a major concern, whereas variant of interest, it has the genetic capability which can affect the characteristics such as disease severity, immune escape, etc., etc. It is affecting it, it is not that serious. So, variant of interest and variant of concern. So, this is what you should be careful. These are the two things which the WHO has been classified. Now, there are many variants we know, and just to have an idea, when we talk about the variants, one is B1.1.7, which is known as the alpha variant. It is declared the alpha variant. It was the first detected in in southern England in 2020. B1.17 alpha variant was discovered in England in 2020, and in that variant the ICU admission probability was doubled. Okay. So, notably younger generation and the chances of getting into ICU got doubled in this variant. Then B1.351, this is known as the beta variant. This was the the first appeared in South Africa. This beta variant was first appeared in South Africa, and its reinfection potential. Okay, whoever has recovered from it had a potential. The beta variant had the potential to reinfect a patient who has already recovered. So, reinfection potential was very high. Even in a patient who has recovered can get it again. So, B1, that is the beta variant. Then came the gamma variant called P.1 variant, it is called gamma variant. Gamma variant was first discovered in USA. It was in January 2021. And again it had good transmissibility, it was a faster transmission. Okay, this gamma variant had faster transmission. Then came delta variant, our Indian variant B.1.617.2. It was known as the delta variant, first discovered in India. It was in December 2020, and but it is found that delta variants are can be controlled with vaccination. fully vaccinated people, the chances were comparatively very less. Then this B1.617.1, this is the Kappa variant. Okay, this was first found again in October 2020 in India only. Then C37 or the Lambda variant, and it was first found in Peru in December 2020. Then came the Mu variant B1.621. That was also discovered in, I think, in Colombia. In January 2021. And finally, we have this B1.1529, Omicron. It was first discovered in South Africa, and it has been declared as a variant of concern. Okay. So, Katappa nahi hai, Kappa hai. Kappa. Okay. So, how transmissibility is affected with mutation? Because of mutation, transmissibility is affected. So, see, when the viruses undergo change, see, mutation is what? It is undergoing change. When it undergoes change, in some of them, the transmission ability will increase or decrease. So, transmissibility, the severity, then maybe even escaping diagnostics, escaping immune system, all these things are the difference in characters which can be there because of change or because of mutation which has taken place. Okay. So, this variant, and right now according to WHO, this is the most troubling, most dangerous or most troubling variant is Omicron. And along with Delta is now, right now, maximum number of cases are Delta cases, which was started in India and is spread across the world. So, things are in bad shape once again. So, a couple of points I would like to, so these are the various variants which are being identified and is Omicron, and as I said, so Omicron also Greek alphabet, I have not cross checked that. Okay. Sir, all viruses are same origin, it is okay, but we are only talking about the variants of the same COVID-19. Okay. These are slight modification, mutation which has taken place. One thing you should understand here right now is, this is a collective failure of the world. This virus is allowed to spread the way it got spread and get mutated. It is only because of lack of timely action. The virus is spreading the way it is spreading, it is because of lack of timely action. Even in India, okay, even in India, see, what are these numbers B1, these are all, the scientists are calculating and counting, and the various genes and the genetic matter is being properly, proper nomenclature, scientific nomenclature is given, and when there is a variation in a particular area, they are accordingly telling this is the area. So, we need not get worried about that. These are all COVID. These are all variants of COVID virus. So, this is a number one point I would like to say, collective failure of the world. Number two, the lack of timely action. The blame game continued between China, US, etc. WHO also did not take enough action in the beginning. So, we allowed the virus to spread the way it has spread, that is the biggest problem. Then a fourth point I would like to add is, this was an opportunity for countries like US or European Union or China to show some leadership. See, all these countries, they thought that they will be able to protect their people, ignoring the rest of the world. They should have been taking leadership for the world. Americans thought that we will have enough vaccine and American people will be protected. Europeans thought that we will have enough vaccine, we will purchase enough vaccine and we will vaccinate our people and we will protect our country, the rest let them die. But when you, and in the process what happened, the poorer countries having no access, they are exposed to this virus even today. For example, the African countries. Most of the African countries, their vaccination is very, very less, much less than what even we could achieve. And because of the lack of vaccination, this virus is spreading freely, and in the process it is getting mutating also, mutation is also taking place. See, best thing should have been, had we vaccinated the whole world as early as possible with a global effort, the cost involved would have been very less, and then we would have prevented this virus from getting mutated the way it is getting mutated now. Now imagine this Omicron, if it is able to bypass or if it is able to break the vaccine or immunity, what will happen? Again in the whole world we will have to vaccinate people again for this Omicron also now. And the cost involved, the shutdowns, the economic shutdown which is happening right now, the economic loss which is taking place right now, it is too high. And just imagine, see how many people are there in this world. Please see, we have say 7.5 billion people, and out of that below 18, say 20-30% of the people are below 18, more than that, in fact 0 to 14 in India is 30%. So even if that means 70% of them, even if 70% of the 7.5 billion into 70% is to be vaccinated, we are talking about 5 billion people to be vaccinated maximum. The whole world I am talking. And you see what is the cost of this medicine, these vaccines which have been produced, the cost of the vaccines which are produced, even if we say it is $5 per vaccine, and even if you have to give 2 doses, that means $10 per person, and $10 into 5 billion people, we are talking about 10 into 5 is equal to $50 billion. If $50 billion are there, we can vaccinate the whole world twice. I am taking $5 per vaccine is a high amount. See, what I am saying is 5 into 75 rupees. So it is 375, it is much less than that. Even if you say 375 rupees is the cost of one vaccine, it is costing just $50 billion to vaccinate the entire world. Had US or China or European Union, whoever thinks that they are the number one in the world, had they had they taken the initiative, we would have been vaccinating these people much before, and had we vaccinated, these kind of mutations could have been avoided. Now we are allowing this virus to get mutated again and again. Even now there is no global leadership. Nobody talks for the whole world. UN is not taking any step. Americans are not taking any step. European Union is not able to take any step. China is not able to take any step. So what is happening? Even in India, please don't think that we have escaped this. We are still in trouble because we have not vaccinated enough. We are allowing this virus to spread freely among those not vaccinated people. You just see, we were supposed to, Prime Minister and even the scientific advisor to the Prime Minister claimed in the month of April 2021 that by December 31st we would have having 216 crore doses. That is what we claimed. But right now we are in December, another 20 days or 25 days, December will be over. We are still around 120 crore doses or 125, whatever it is, I have not counted the last couple of days. Even if you say 125, we are far behind our target. Even though we can claim that we have vaccinated 100 crore doses we have given, it is true, but the requirement is 200 and more than 200, and we have not achieved anywhere. So what is happening? Because of this delay, we are allowing this virus to move around freely among the unvaccinated people, and the chance of mutation is very high. Viruses do once in every 7 days. 1 in every 7 days this virus gets mutated enough to have a small changes, and some of them can be this variant of concern, some of them will be variant of interest, and if some of them has gone all limit or cross all limit, and if it can bypass the present vaccination, it is going to be another havoc in the world. So things are totally out of control. See, the cost in research of, see what I am saying, even if the cost is there, so many other costs, the cost of any shutdown, if you say institute is to be shut down, if the travel industry is shut down, the tourism industry is shut down, just imagine what is the, and even work from home, in many cases there is actually loss, there is huge loss because of lack of productivity. So it is an all round loss for the whole world, and 50-60 billion dollars had these countries, I mean US type country, had they took the initiative and had they took the global leadership and had they fought for the whole world, they could have been telling the world that, see, I am the number one in the world, and at the same time I take responsibility also. They should have been, and anyway the virus has spread from China, they could have literally what you call corner China also. Nothing has happened, they did not do enough, and now everybody will suffer, even Americans will suffer, Europeans will suffer. Those who thought that they can secure themselves by vaccinating their own people alone, it is not going to happen. Now a new variant, and if there is a booster dose required for all of us, it is another big mess which we are going to create. Anyway, let us hope this variant will be, the variant will not be of that dangerous, that is what let us hope. And if this spreads, and if there is another lockdown and another shutdown in the whole world, I do not think many countries can survive. I mean even our Indian economy will not be able to survive. Already we are in deep trouble. Our economy was already in trouble even before corona, and now with corona, with that negative growth and things like that, it can be further more problematic. Okay. So government, whatever claims government make, please do not go by the claim. These claims are all bogus. We were told that by December 31st 216 crore doses will be there. We have reached only half of it or slightly more than half. Still the propaganda is such that we are claiming that as if we have achieved more than everything. So anyway, so things are in bad shape as far as this the Omicron is concerned, and if it is resulting in another shutdown and a global shutdown, it can be big problem. Okay.